Hello guys, so this video is about famous expat warning stop before you come to the Philippines. Actually, this is a reaction video of Team K, and I'll put the link down below on my description. That's This is the almost most recent video. It's a stop. Are you coming to the Philippines? So I wrote down some keynote here. Is that perhaps the foreigners, probably he decided to sell off all his asset and then move to the Philippines, or perhaps he got a big lump sum of inheritance from somebody, from parents or family. That could be a reason. That's why the foreigner or the foreigner wants to move to the Philippines. Um, Tim was saying that don't rush your way to the Philippines. Try to spend more time. Try to spend more time. Try to do your research. Do your research, and also at the same time, maybe perhaps go to the Philippines just for visit a couple of times. Get to know the country, the people, and then the most of the problem that the expat will face was, let's say you have let's say you're on a social security, and then or you have some kind of investment or pension. You have social security or pension, and then you decided to go, to retire in the Philippines, and you also have some, reserve money, which is pretty good. That is the most, well advised for a foreigner was to have a reserve money. And then you go to the Philippines, and then for some reason, you got carried away. It's very easy to get carried away because why? Remember, once you arrive in the Philippines, you are already somebody. You're almost like like a movie star, because you look different. You look different. You foreigners, and Filipino, they admire foreigners. They admire, for them, for Filipino, foreigners like a movie star. That's just the truth. Now it's like seeing a movie star. So you all of a sudden you are stand out in the eyes of many Filipinos, and they will kind of worship you, and it make you feel so good, make you feel like king. All of a sudden this is your new kingdom. You're somebody, and that is that's the warning that you could easily carry it away, and you could start to be very generous, and then you see all these poor people, like begging for you. So sometime, let's say you have a budget for 2,000, 3,000, and then before you knew it, you start to eat to your reserve money because overspending. You try, maybe you have a good heart, you try to help people, and even sometimes you want to entertain with other expat. So these are the thing, but so the key, what Tim was saying, don't rush into anything, and especially don't buy those big ticket items like like cars or house, especially house. You should wait. You should wait. Try to get to know the country and also the local people, or you're Filipina. If you're looking for a Filipina, try to get to know everything first. As he suggests, like maybe spend like at least 2 years before you make your decision, which I totally agree. I think that is a pretty good, very good advice. And then after I read this, I want to go through the comment, which is my favorite part, was reading the comments of other people, for what experience, and so we can learn from one another. So anyway, before I get to that, I want to also mention couple of people, commenting, especially from the foreigner, thinking said, hey, why you keep telling the foreigner that, it's their obligation, to support the Filipino family. Why don't you say the same thing to the Filipino? This is not only it should not be just one-sided. It should be both-sided. And I have I've said it so many times. Perhaps those are new viewer did not hear me. It goes both way. It doesn't matter if you're a foreigner or you're Filipino. It goes both way. It's a tradition. It's a culture that once the kids become adults, it's the children's responsibility to take care of their parents. This is it's a very family oriented culture, not only to the Philippine people but most Asian country. So it also applies to Filipino. If they marry a Filipino, they expect the husband to help, because it's kind of an obligation of the kids. Once they grown up, they have to support their parents. So it go both way. I just want to clarify that, so that way you don't feel bad, thinking that I'm keep on picking on foreigner, to most people know me here. I'm here actually to protect the foreigners, because I know the foreigner are very generous. That's why I try to tell you to try to warn the viewer, especially the foreigner, to watch your wallet. Be careful, because one thing I hate is just to see a foreigner go broke in the Philippines. I mean, I did so many reaction videos. This is most of my topic is about foreigner going broke. It's heartbreaking. I said it so many times. You worked hard all your life. How many years? 30 years, maybe 40 years, right? And then you reach your social security, and then you decide, hey, you know what? I'm going to go to the Philippines. I'm going to retire and live in paradise. And then like 2 years later, 3 years later, you're broke. You're sick, you're broke, and you don't have anybody. So what do you do now? It's tough. I mean, if you're young, it's tough to kind of recover. Let alone you're now in your 60s, maybe 70s. I don't know. That's why I keep trying to warn the foreigners. Just be very careful. Let's just say you sell. You decided, okay, that's enough. I have enough. I'm gonna sell everything. I think for now, if you have a house, if you own a property, if you have a house, I would say you are a millionaire. You at least worth $1 million, because we all know the housing, how much it's all depend. It's all depend. The houses. Here in Florida, probably I did not research. This is just calculation. I think the house in Florida is about minimum maybe 450 to 500,000 now. This is just a minimum. I'm talking about houses, not apartment. So and then if you're in California, easily it could be run into about 800 to 2 million, right? In California. So it all depends. So what I'm trying to say, if you are, if you own a property or a house, you are an instant millionaire. You're a millionaire. That's the good news. You are a millionaire. And imagine that multiple by 50 or 55 in the Philippines, you will be the king, right? The bad news is, this is just my opinion, okay? The bad news is, $1 million means nothing now. I'm telling you, and people say, "Are you crazy?" $1 million means nothing now. I'm gonna tell you. With the high inflation right now, be realistic. I mean, you might think a million is a lot of money, but it's, right now it's almost like it's really not secured, in my opinion. Why do I say that? If you're healthy, you're good. You're okay. You're safe. But once you get sick, that's a problem. We all know how expensive the medical can be, so that's what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to try to throw BS to you, but this is just my humble opinion. I mean, you can do your own research, but I that's what I feel. I've been watching a lot of I'm telling you, I've been watching a lot of those money wealth thing advising. I've been reading a lot of books. Right now it's just tough, very tough. So before, when I was younger, I was thinking like, oh, the goal was to to be a millionaire, right? To make, save $1 million or something. But now we all know that everything's so high. It's ridiculous now, right? So that's why I'm saying, you might think a million is a lot of like a lot of money, but it's not as secure. It's not it's not safe. You're not safe. You're not fully safe unless you're healthy. If you're healthy, then you're good. But if you're not healthy, that can go so quick. That's just my humble opinion. Anyway, I just want to share this. So don't get carried away that because you have like 500,000 net worth, and then you divide that into like 50. Let's just put it 50, not 55. Then in your mind, that's a lot of money, right? That's a lot of money. If you're in the Philippines, yeah, that's quite, you'll be okay. And at the same time, I have warned my viewer that when you're in the 60, when you let's just say when you're taking Social Security, I personally highly advise not to go into the business. When you go to the Philippines, doesn't matter what's the temptation. People might be throwing at you, maybe trying to offer you because they know you're loaded, you have money, you just sold off your property or your asset in the U.S. and you got all this money coming in, to the Philippines. They might try to say, hey, why don't you get that money working? You could double that. That's not true. I don't think so. I was in the sales business in the Philippines for so many years. For not many years, maybe about 6 years. It's hard to make peso when you're making dollar. I keep saying that it's not easy to make peso when you get used to making dollar. So, and then, when you're 60, 60, 70, what kind of job are you going to get in the Philippines? I mean, there's no job for you. So, and business, I don't know. I would, really, for me, I would just advise you, if you have good reserve money, enjoy your life. You worked hard enough. You worked 30 years, 40 years. That's enough. No more working, not even investing. Just relax and enjoy your life. Seriously. If you just do that, let's just say you have a $500,000. Let's just say, if you have $500,000, you go to the Philippines, you just enjoy that money without investing anything like that. You have a good life. You will live a very good life. But if you start to say, hey, what, I want to play around a little bit, I want to invest in something, I'm telling you, you are risking your future. You are taking a big risk. I would not encourage you. I would totally discourage you. Totally discourage you to do that, to thinking about doing business in the Philippines. I mean, the only thing that I can think of, maybe if you wanna, not even real estate. I've seen a video that foreigners, buying property, by the ocean, and then sometimes they wanna, wanna create like a, what do you call that? Something like a, what do you call that? Some bread and bread, bed and breakfast, something like that, or a bar or something. I mean, I'm not into bar, so I probably bar is very lucrative, but that's a lot. It has a lot of problem. I'm not an expert on the bar scene, but I think it's a lot of problem. And then if you're thinking about bed and breakfast, or you want to do like a hotel, it's kind of very risky, because you don't know what's going on. What happens if we have another lockdown, and you just invested like 5 million peso into a property? You're thinking you can rent it out or something like that, and then all of a sudden you got hit by a lockdown. You're finished. You're done. Your business is done. And so at one point I was watching one of the Expat channel, and I've seen this. They were staying in a very nice property, like they have like a couple of it's their that compound has about, let's say, 10 unit. They have like 10 unit, like a one-in-one apartment. And then in the back they have a pool, they have a small bar. At the same time, there's a caretaker, or I don't know if that's a caretaker house or the owner house. So basically, you live there, and you were just renting out the the other 10 unit. And I was very interested in that. I said, I like that concept. I might do that. Seems like a good idea. I mean, you just rent it out to expat. But then I keep thinking about it. I say, nah. If I have the money, I'll just like what I'm saying right now, just do nothing. Just do nothing. Just enjoy my retirement. That's what I would do. And if you get bored, do something hobby, like open a YouTube channel if you want. I mean, it doesn't cost you much. Just get a camera, and then just talk on in front of your camera. Or you can get into hobby like photography or painting or whatever might interest you, or music, or play music. I always like to learn to play piano, guitar. I just gonna do it. And I also, one time I said I want to learn a lot of languages. I speak 4 languages, but I guess maybe I'm too old now, to learn. I like to, before I say I want to learn French. I understand a little bit Spanish, because in the Philippines we were, as many of you know, that we've been occupied by the Spanish for a very long time. So the Tagalog language has some similarity with the Spanish word. Anyway, let's go to the comment. I want to read it. It's kind of very important, reading the comment section. It's something we can learn from it. Let's see. 1 second, please. Where is the comment? What happened to the comment? All right, let's see here. It said, all right, the first one said, so for the newbie up on arrival, don't choose for a remote province lifestyle. Don't buy a land, don't marry, Don't make babies. Don't buy overpriced car on finance. Don't start a YouTube channel. Right? Exactly. So in all fairness, these are all mistakes that you made. That was funny. He got 79 thumbs up. Anyway, so the other one said right here. Let me see. Oh, this good one. Said this was one of your best video. Patient cannot overstate it. My wife and I live in Los Angeles. She been here for years and we will get her citizenship in 2024 next year. We plan to retire in 4 years. Good for you. And intend to keep a home here in LA and build a home in the Philippines. I would love to start it on that now. But my brain tells me that we need to really take our time and make sure we know what we want and we were where to build. Your advice is right in line with me. A big mistake is just that. Yeah, I think this is from Rob. I think that's a good idea that you wait because you just got married. Give the marriage like maybe at least 5 years. Let's see, if you are, compatible to one another before you jump in to commit, like building houses, or even build houses. I mean, the cars, maybe you need it right away, especially if you live in US, you need a car. So, but for now, maybe if you wanna, go to the Philippines, just rent. You can rent a lot of very nice places for small amount of money. So it's wiser to wait. All right. So I think that's a good that's a good thinking of that viewer. And then this one said the girl I met is an OFW. She doesn't lie. She talked too much. She would sleep up by now. That's good, right? When people, they like to talk, you'll know like everything from the inside, right? And she never asked me for money. In fact, I broke my leg about 4 months ago, and anyone who knows how the U.S. is worth, people who have paid taxes for 20 years don't get any help from the government. All right, so that's the sad things. Let's see this one. Let me see a good comment here, and maybe if we can. This one said, what Tim is saying is good information. I make mistake and I fell in love for the first Filipina woman I met, spent lots of money and found out she was using me and seeing another guy behind my back. Folks, that's, we have seen it too many times, a lot of them tells you, oh, we are a single mother, don't know what happened to the father. They are free now. They can marry you or something like that. And we all know that in Philippines there is no divorce. There's annulment. It's just going to cost you money though. Very expensive process and then take times. But there's annulment, but there's no divorce in the Philippines. So just if you're gonna marry somebody. Somebody with kids, most of the Filipina in the Philippines, let's say in the maybe when they are like in their 20s, don't be surprised. Filipina in their 20s have kids, don't be surprised. If they don't have kids, they would want to have kids with you. So if you're looking for a younger Filipina, expect to have children. If not, maybe look for more mature Filipina. If you don't want children, maybe go look for more mature Filipina. Let's see. This one said, I'm interested to hear your mistake. I just read it. I think what else? I think that's it. So the bottom line is, don't rush into, don't rush your decision. I know, especially American people, they like to make a quick decision. Me, if I'm going to make a decision, especially talking about money, it would take me years. Now, I always think I have a saying, I always tell that to my family, to my wife. If I have to make a major decision, I would think it 1,000 times. That's me, especially when you're talking about money. I would think 1,000 times. So, but that's just me, and I know I have American friends, if they decided they want to do something, boom, do. They don't want to think, because to them it's just too stretched to keep thinking, of what you want to do. Just go with the flow. Be adventure. I'm not very adventurous, I'm more like a very cautious person. So I rather to be patient than to be sorry. Don't you think? So anyway, so I think that's it. This is getting too long. Anyway, let me know your thought. Are you planning to retire in the Philippines? What's your plan? Comment below, or do you have any bad experience that you want to share? I would love to hear from you. Thank you, guys. Take care, stay safe, and God bless. Bye bye.